Well, here we are at Yarra Valley Grammar. What's your take on the ground, Mr. Green?
The ground is in great nick, Paul, and the setting is absolutely fantastic. I think leafy would be the best way to describe it. We're out here in the Yarra Valley, which is near the river somewhere, I guess. And over there is what they call a mountain, but at Hobart we would probably call that a hill.
A mound, even.
A mound, perhaps, yes.
I describe it as tree. Is that a word, tree?
No, it's not.
It's leafy.
Yeah.
All right.
We've just been lucky enough to hear Launceston Grammar sing their song, and don't hear that very often. So Launceston played in the second against the Yarra Valley Seconds, and they had a win. That's terrific, isn't it, for Adrian Finch?
Yes, good to see Mr.
head
Finch.
of sport.
And other celebrity here today is Mr. Warwick Dean. He's down the front here with Zulu the Kelpie. Very friendly. And Warwick is very relaxed.
He looks fit. Yeah, had a talk to him before, and he's had a few operations, but he's going well now by the sound of it. He's got a few theories about today's game. I'm not sure whether any of them make any sense, but we'll see.
We're on to him.
Yeah.
Well, the Hutchins boys are taking their time getting out. Mr. Cameron Blight's out there. He's
Cameron can be quite famous for speaking for a while, so maybe he's kept him in there.
No, I think he's ripped them into a frenzy.
They're coming off a loss.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
he looks quite relaxed though. He's there.
He looks like one of those fellas from Men in Black at the moment, with the glasses on.
Do you think so? Yeah.
I think so.
It's a fairly aggressive pose that he. Yeah.
Hugh Judd will be leading them out today. Captain extraordinaire.
Yeah, his footy's been very good in the 3 or 4 games that we've played so far, running off half-back mainly, although he does pinch it in the middle sometimes.
Yes. Probably the recruit of the year.
Really?
No,
you got news. Have you got breaking news, Paul?
Well, you heard it first here on
Yarra Valley FM.
Yarra Valley FM, that's what you want to call it. I think the recruit of the year has been Hamish Allen.
Right.
Here they come. Here comes the fellas. We'll get on to Hamish in a moment. Look at them stunning in that magenta.
Stunning. It's moving.
Yeah.
To see that famous jumper here in Victoria, out in the valley.
So see number 20 out there. That is young Hamish Allen.
Hamish Allen. He's the tallest of all the boys. He's the first ruck for Hutchins. Tell us a little bit about the way that he was recruited to the game, Paul, because I think that you claim some of the credit.
He came into my office one day, ducked his head and said, "Mr. Banks, can I get a purchase order for some barbecue supplies?"
Right.
And I said,
James,
"Would you like to play football for the Seconds?" And he said yes.
It was as simple as that?
Simple as that.
How many games has he played for the Seconds, Paul?
Bugger all. Straight to the ones.
Right, but you've got an eye for talent.
I'm still not happy about it.
No, you don't seem happy. I didn't like to bring it up, but I think it's important that we keep an eye on him today. This is probably his first time on TV, and the scouts in Hobart have been showing some interest in Hamish, so it'll be interesting to get him on camera.
Which scouts? Not Lord Baden-Powell.
Correct. Yes.
Good Lord.
Good Lord.
Teaching him a
Oh,
reflex.
Lordy.
The last 2 games Hutchins have played have actually been in Launceston.
Yep.
Today in Victoria, Sunday in Victoria, and I thought I might put it to you, Damien, that we actually changed the name of the team.
What do you want to call us?
The Hutchins Travelling Football Show.
Right. We've got some home games coming up, but look, if you want to do that, that's okay. What role do you see for yourself?
I'm happy to be the Seconds coach.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you don't have any ambitions to take Blighty's job?
None.
Oh, you told me last week something different.
What did I tell you?
Nothing.
I'm not even sure if I want to coach the Seconds next year.
Are you doing a good job, mate? Unbeaten. Will you be there for the final if we make it?
No, I won't be.
We made the final last year. Were you there for that?
No, I wasn't, Damien.
Right.
I'm very sorry about that.
Would you call yourself a full-time coach, Paul?
No, I have to say it's part-time.
It looks like Jubby might have lost the toss and Hutchins might be kicking to the mound end. No, the Hutchins, Yarra are kicking to the mound end.
On another note,
yes,
there was an omen this morning. When we played our first game, I think Will Stadler knocked over a cup of coffee at Mood Food.
He did.
And we won that day.
We did.
And at the airport today, Tane Suki
Knocked over a cup of coffee. An omen.
An omen. Good Lord.
So we don't know the names of the Yarra grammar guys, so we'll be mainly concentrating our work on Hutchins. And so it's Hamish Allen is our ruckman. Ollie Burrows-Cheng, Thomas Reeves and Luke Payton are the starting midfielders.
Good start. That's the versatility of Allen. He'll tackle as well.
Burrows-Cheng head over the ball as usual. It looks like a
nice
clearance
work.
coming up for the Valley. A little bit of pace there, a bit of dash. Awkward kick. A bit of a job as usual.
Look at
dashing.
that. Bustling.
No. Burrows-Cheng, he's hard to tackle.
Good man.
Good man. Cooper's in and around the ball.
Cooper is super. Got a lot of time for Will Cooper.
As a person or a footballer or all of the above?
All of the above.
Yeah, well, that's good. Cooper is super.
Tap in. Allen again. It's gone over the top of him. Rickard's nearly had it.
Payton Moore coming through with a bit of a toe, but he's tackled and held up. Not getting a lot of open play yet. That's a kick backwards. It's Jubb again. Stumbling block. Yarra are away.
He's got him in the back there. He's a play on though.
Nobody has been clean yet with the ball.
They're just all getting
once
used
the
to each
game
other.
settles and there's a bit of clean footy, we might have a bit slightly better vision because at the moment it's a little bit untidy.
I don't think we've had any clean conversation either, Damien.
Well, we're mainly speaking in code.
Yeah.
Because this is not the way we normally talk to each other.
Oh, it's very formal.
Oh, inside 50 for them.
Oh, sorry about that.
You will be sorry.
We've got to do the stats as well here.
There's a
Very
mark
sorry.
to Mac Evans. Now, he's been out all season. He's got
some
beautiful
lovely
foot
pass.
skills. He
Swino.
finds Luke Payton.
Luke Payton.
Luke Payton, yeah, who's had a couple of good games. That's been
that's
knocked
nice
away
work.
from Burrows-Cheng, and here come Yarra Valley again on a lead, but well spoilt by Stadler. That's what Stadler does.
I have a lot of time for Stadler.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anyone you haven't got a lot of time for, Paul? You really are a people person.
Really struggling with.
Jason Berry.
No, Pauline Hanson's offside at the moment. She was a bit upset about him last night. I don't like seeing Pauline upset.
No.
Bad television.
I'll talk about that later, okay? Cooper's got it. No, he's struggling to. There's nothing clean happening here. Maybe the boundary umpire might be clean, but everything else is just a little bit scrambly, and that's probably understandable given Hutchins have been on the road and Yarra Valley have been in class all day. And it is late in the day. There's another kick forward. Yarra Valley have possession.
Oh, good tackle.
Nice
Well done.
tackle by Plunkett.
Good player, Plunkett.
Very good player, Plunkett, Paul.
Consistent. Is that Cottier?
Clearance from Plunkett.
Plunkett again.
Yeah. And here's Rickard's an athlete. Rickard's an athlete with a lovely mane of hair. Great tackle there by Callum Ingram, but no, the umpires don't seem to have arrived yet either.
I'll tell you what we're going to struggle with.
Ooh, tell me more.
The bad habit of giggling.
That doesn't matter.
I know, but
Because we can't hear ourselves, Paul,
No.
so it doesn't matter. If
here's
other people,
Stadler running straight at it.
if other people are upset, then they can write us a letter.
They can.
Is that Stadler?
No.
Zuki, he's the coffee man.
The coffee man.
Just wait till he meets up with Nick Smart, the street sweeper.
Hamish Allen again. She's a bit scrambly over there. Oh, good work, Swino.
It's
On
Luke
the left.
Payton. He's kicked to the fat side. Moore could run onto this. He has pace, but he's beaten by the gingerhead.
Good work, Callum.
A couple of good tackles, but the umpires aren't really interested in paying that
Nice
one.
work,
Cotty is
Cottier.
there. Cotty is always there.
He's consistent too.
Chest mark, switch. Switch to Plunkett.
Plunkett again.
Now we've got another fat side on the other side. Tommy Reeves, not clean either. Oh, missed his handball.
Straight through. Oh, he's broken 4 tackles.
Yeah, and there's Cottier.
Cottier
Cottier's
again.
always there. Oh, it's a
nice
beautiful
work.
kick to Tilly, who's coming off a rib injury. Good hands to Reeves. Open side.
He's a machine,
Cooper
Reeves.
sort of fell out the back. A little bit lucky. Hodgman, keep your feet, mate. Cottier's always there.
I've noticed that.
Switches on. He switched to Plunkett, who's been very, very consistent. It's been played in one half of the ground so far, the mound end.
It is.
Yeah, you're going to have to hit those targets, Nathan, if you're going to go 15-metre passes through the middle in defence. You're going to have to hit them.
Free kick to Tilly.
Luckily, though, Tilly coming off a rib injury, switching to the fat side. To
Burrows
Cheng.
Good player.
Strong.
Looking for a lead up forward. He's found Callum Ingram. Yeah, good tackle, Callum. Good work.
It's the first decision made by the umpire. It's holding the ball against, I think, Luke Payton. Hutchins haven't gone inside 50 as yet.
Not yet. Hamish, back. Oh, nice
Good tackle. Burrows, Cheng and Cottier have been our best so far. And Plunkett. Cottier's always there. Possibly could have got
I thought a free kick there for tripping.
I think he was retarded. Yes.
Can we say that?
Yes. That means he was tripped.
Okay.
It's perfectly politically correct.
If he's not,
just as it is calling that a mound, because it's not a mound.
Far from it.
Far from it.
Oh, good work.
Great tackle there by
Reeves.
Thomas Reeves. He's a natural leader. Cottier's always there.
It's very scrambly in there.
I said that. It's not coming out of there.
No. Was it like this when you played high school football, Damien?
No, a lot more open, Paul. What about yourself? Can you remember?
We used to get smashed every week when we played, so nah.
Do they have boots?
I used to have the Darrell Bulldogs for the leather ones.
Still got them?
Yeah, still wear them.
I think that might have been touched before it got across the line.
Lucky.
So don't have the score review working here today at Yarra Valley, but
It's a boundary throwing on the wing.
Boundary throwing on the wing. Fergus Giles just entered the field for the first time.
Yep.
I think he's replaced.
He looks got a bit of energy about him too.
He looks a bit. He's a natural leader as
He's
well.
an organiser.
He's an organiser.
Look at that. Hamish has gone onto that one.
Oh, that's kicked
Get
across
in
the
front.
ground to the fat side for Hutchins.
It's
Hodgman.
Has he got his wallet?
He's got his wallet. He didn't have it for a period of time today. Left it on the plane.
On the plane.
Yeah,
Let's hope he doesn't lift his game there as well.
He's just a boy. It's a boy thing.
He was great company on the plane. I sat next to him.
No, he's having the time of his life.
Oh, no, it's come in.
Plunkett's courageous. Allen is unusually having been called on in defence. Gives it off to Stadler, who
You
kicks
want a big man who can do
beautifully
that.
to Mac, whose mum said I could call him the knife Evans. There was a time when his mum didn't like me calling him the knife.
The knife?
Yeah. That was
Tilly.
Tilly's come back well
He's
from
played
his
well.
injury. We've
Look
got a
at this.
very open
Good bounce there,
forward line.
Mitch Rickards.
And if you can see, I think it may be Goward.
The X Factor.
Running across. Ooh. Hutchins didn't really capitalise on that opportunity. Now it's sort of scrambling out to the top of the 50. Crum. Ingram. No. We should be able to repel this, though. We set up the wall. We've got the numbers, and there's Zuki. Short kick to a mark for Reeves. I think Reeves is almost in range.
He's got a nice
He's
kick on him.
almost in range. The arc isn't actually 50, I don't believe. I think that's 40. So let's see how far young Tom Reeves can kick a football.
I think it's actually 42.5 metres, the arc.
And the air is still. If it was a racetrack, it'd be a heavy 9.
A what?
Don't worry about that,
You
Paul.
sound like playing golf there, heavy 9.
So Tommy Reeves, we've got some numbers in the square. We've got Rickards and Tilly.
It's a nice
He's got
kick.
a good piece of it, and he's kicked a point. So that's the opening score.
That's
of the
the
game.
opening score. Hutchins Travelling Football Show 1 point. Yarra Valley yet to score.
See whether we can pick up any notable structures for Yarra Valley in their kickouts. What do you see, Paul? sort of huddled to that side, would you say, to the mound side? Oh,
okay.
it hasn't worked. Fergus Charles threw it on his left, but didn't really get much contact.
Hamish got 3 on him.
Hamish Allen.
Cottier, almost a throw.
Hodgman.
That's a nice boot by Hodgman.
We're outnumbered there, but Tilly brings it to ground, which is what the coach asks for, which is important to do what the coach says. The coach knows what he's talking about. He's a good coach.
He certainly made a difference here. And say,
I want to mention Huey Miller too. He today was his first time ever on an aeroplane, and his first time ever in a shopping centre. So that's terrific.
Huey's well known around the school as our #1 gardener.
Yep.
Huey Miller, the Agapanther killer.
Is that right? Good.
Who we got here?
Stadler. Stadler is never beaten in a one-on-one contest. No. Jubb, he probably could have switched to the fat side. Hodgman's making really good position out there.
Hamish Allen gets a lot of ball around.
We've gone down the middle. Tilly.
It's over the top.
Rickards. Boundary. Ooh, Cameron Blight getting a little bit animated now. I like to see that.
That sounds like a caveman talking.
He's bringing a couple of people off. It's Plunkett, and it appears to be...
Is that Cooper?
No, Evans. Knife. And Golding and Son. And is that Nick Smart?
It is.
Entering the arena.
Ding is one of my favourite footballers at the school.
Is that right?
Reminiscent of Keith Gregg when he gets going.
Is it right for coaches to have favourites?
Probably not.
Do you have a favourite pig?
Oh, I've only got one pig at the moment.
But you've had other pigs?
Yeah, I know. They're in the freezer.
You don't think of them as people anymore?
Just princesses at home at the moment.
What? Yeah, we're doing. We'll have an interview with Mr. Dean in a minute when we can organise the technology. Warwick's here with his dog Zulu. He'd be happy with the score. We are in front, but the game's quite scrambly at the moment. Just sussing each other out.
So back over here.
A lot of numbers around the ball. It's very, very open over that side. Burrows Cheng is hard to tackle.
He's a good player.
Top of the goal square. This is where Hutchins needs a little bit of height.
It's a good bounce, bad luck.
Rushed through. Just maybe they need one of those tall men to stay at home at the top of the square. It is easy to get sucked up the ground though when the numbers are all around the ball. It's quite a long ground, a little bit like Scotch that we played at last week.
Yeah, we struggled on that on some areas. So kick out from fullback. Damon, can you turn your phone off, please, if you're getting phone calls and text messages?
I've got a message about my Year 8 maths class, but I don't teach maths, Paul, but I just need to attend to that at the moment. I think they may be listening. I think that's why I got the message. So,
is it?
Mention for Mr. Richard Guard's Year 8 maths class. I've never seen any work done in that room. Anyway, Rickards. Over the ball.
Line. Who's got that?
Snap by the big,
Was
tall
that big Harry
Hamish.
Ireland?
No, it might have been Harry Ireland. Yeah, that's the point. Yeah. So it seems like we're getting some messages from Hobart that the people down there would rather us talk more about them than your pigs.
Wow.
How do you feel about that?
Wow. Poor princess. She doesn't want to be neglected. It's bad enough I'm away.
Has she been on TV before?
No.
Just what about some of those movies you two make?
Yeah.
Back to the football. Okay, it seems like...
It's funny we're over here because Friday nights we
don't.
I usually put a bit of
Stop
lipstick
it.
on.
Pause.
We go to the movies.
Pause.
Right, it's a free kick for Hutchins. Got
Axel
short.
Moore and good to Burrows Cheng, who is in range. You might think that's around the 50, but I reckon he's really only 35 metres out. There is really no breeze. So we've got a perfect angle here. I think we'd hope that Hutchins will be able to put their first 6-pointer up. Scored 3 points, so really that would be frustrating Cameron Blight. He's a lot about numbers. That might be
That's
their
a nice
first
kick
goal.
by Ollie Burrows Cheng.
That did not
First
deviate.
goal. It takes Hutchins' travelling football show to 9 points. Yarra Valley yet to score. Look at him getting around him too. That's a good sign.
It's pretty good because I think Hutchins withheld that first 5 minutes where the Yarra dominated, but it was thanks to Cottier and Plunkett and Stadler. Held us up. Jubb, couple of good runs by Jubb.
Do you think because we flew over this morning there might have been that bit of jet lag? Or?
There's a bit of jet lag, and there was also that issue with the coffee.
That upset a few people.
Will
this morning
Hodgman left his wallet
on the
You know,
plane.
these things throw the whole team out.
Yeah. It's all about preparation and things like that. They don't help.
But we're good now. Do you feel good? That
Oh,
ball's out to the fat side.
I've got my green tea in front of me. I couldn't ask for anything more. Oh, nice tackle.
Umpire's not
Goes
really...
hard, Chubby.
It does.
Yep.
Tackling hasn't been rewarded so far by the umpires, who are sort of reluctant with their whistle, I would say, which is not a bad thing. Let the game go.
Yeah.
Like the 70s.
Are you hoping there's going to be an exciting moment? You can get all excited like Bruce?
I don't want to...
Get a bit breathless?
I want it to be you that gets excited, Paul. I want to see you excited.
I don't think that's going to happen.
You're definitely a people's person, but I don't see you excited very often. I'd
No.
love to see you excited. I think maybe on Friday nights with the lipstick. Anyway, back to the football, Paul.
It's coming into there. So I've got to make a mark here.
Oh, Cotty is always there.
He's a very
And
good
now
player.
Golding,
There we go. There's Ding.
Golding, he was just a little bit unsure. He's being trialled in the back line today, so hopefully that gives him a chance to sort of get the ball in front of him.
I want to see him just run round a few blokes in the spaces, on the wing.
It's like Keith Gregg.
Oh, he's so much like Keith Gregg.
So's his brother.
Is he?
Yeah.
I've never met his brother.
Ed.
Burrows,
Cheng. Smart's just come into the action. The street sweeper. Fergus
Charles.
That's a good hands.
Here comes the
Tommy
magnet.
Reeves, that's holding the ball, I think, but he got away with it. Axel Moore.
Nice work, Axel.
Well, that's got
Fergus
to hit a
Charles
target.
this time.
He's opened the
Nice
ground.
grab. Elliot Goward. On the left, down the wing. Cooper.
Really good lead by Cooper.
Nice
really
hands.
good lead. Open forward line. I think
Ricard's
Thomas
leading.
Reeves. Okay.
Call it.
Well, we've
Yes.
held on to possession there. That's
Goward
okay.
again backing up.
This is the important kick, I think.
They've got to
It's in
make
the
some space.
shadows.
It's crowded down there. It's gone long into the forward line.
Rickards. Reeves. Snap. Ireland running onto it. It's out of bounds.
Throwing there.
Yarra Valley has a number of ex-old boys that are currently playing AFL or have played AFL, and they're coached at the moment by Travis Cloak, who was a famous Collingwood Premiership player and played for the Bulldogs as well in his last couple of years.
Oh, he did too.
You did too, Paul.
He had that funny fascination collecting $5 notes, didn't he?
Is that right?
Any more useless information I can provide?
What about concentrate on the football, maybe?
Oh, concentration's never been a big thing for me.
It's out onto the wing. There's space out there in front of the Performing Arts Centre.
That's
I think,
Cottier out there again.
in amongst the trees. Yeah. Our backline's held its formation really well. Who's our backline coach? Is that you, Paul?
I could be. I don't know how I'm going to do it from here, though.
You do hide your light under a bushel.
Oh,
Tom
good
Reeves has been good.
Yeah, he's always good.
Yeah, he's a natural leader. I think that might have been Burrows Cheng again. No score on that occasion. But
No, that
Hutchins
was,
is now dominating.
Was that
inside
George
50s.
McShane kicked that?
Might have been George McShane. They just call him Shane.
It's lazy, isn't it? Lazy English.
Yeah. The Hutchins have had the last 7 inside 50s, Paul. What does that tell you?
The last 7 times has gone into their forward line.
He should be a teacher.
That's a good grade.
Burrows Cheng. He's only a boy, really, an adolescent, but he's a man mountain in a lot of ways.
We've got another year of him at Hutchins, haven't we?
Yeah, we've got another
Grade
year of a lot of these boys. So, you know, we're going to have some powerful football teams in the next year and a
Where's
half.
Harry Ireland?
He's there.
He's the one we'll be looking for.
Don't write off Tom Reeves. He's good in the situation. Tom Reeves,
That's a nice kick.
jeepers. Now that certainly went 50
That's gone
metres, Paul.
past
And
expectations,
that's
isn't it?
Ollie Burrows Cheng, his second goal.
Remember that name?
Yep, OBC. That's a reasonable kick.
Yeah, it's a very good beat. Well, it's a good start, and less than a minute to go, and we've got a 15-point lead here.
You like they've got a new a scoreboard similar to the one at Hutchins.
I think that's second rate compared to ours, mate.
I think ours is newer.
I think ours is newer.
Yeah.
I think it's brighter. It's got nicer graphics.
You don't have to be that mean.
Condescending, no.
Yeah, well, you are. We are in their territory, though. Well, okay, let's say something nice about. What about the green tea? How did that go down? Oh, you bought that with you, didn't you?
I bought my
You
own
stole
green
that
tea.
from the Hutchins staff room, didn't you? Oh, here we go.
Stadler's onto it. Overrun. Oh, just coming to...
Yeah, I think that's a fair decision. So it'll be interesting to see whether this guy can convert, because I think the arc is 40 metres. So he'll be kicking from right on the arc. He doesn't look confident. No, he's going short to the boundary. Maybe this guy's a left footer.
Tane Suki's onto him.
Yeah. But these guys don't look confident. So
Oh, there's the sign. So it'll be a kick after the sign.
This could be that moment that gets you excited, Paul.
Do you think no, it won't be.
Well, what if he kicks out in the full? Will you get excited?
Oh, no.
Don't forget about the Year 8 maths class. Put your chairs up, guys. Clean up the floors. Don't want to get one of those yellow notes from the cleaners.
And I don't want to hear stories. When am I ever going to use algebra in my life? Because you do use it.
Or
it's out on the full.
Or that, you mean that old chestnut about what maths is maths ever any good for? Of course it's good for you. Look at you. You're a numbers man.
You think so?
Yes.
Well, that's quarter time.
Inside 50s at the moment are 9 to 5, 9 to 6.
So really this... I suppose 9 to 6 is a bit of a difference.
You're quite famous for your analytical skills when it comes to football. So in terms of the reasons why Hutchins are able to sort of have had 5 shots on goal compared to 0, why do you think that is? Where are we generating that from?
We're getting it into our forward line. It's only really getting to their half-back line.
Yeah.
So it's not really coming into their forward line.
They didn't get deep.
And they look like they're playing more as a team, the Hutchins boys.
Yeah, a lot of spirit at Hutchins this year. It's been really good. They've been training together for a long time. It's been a great program.
Now, if you actually look closely at the grounds,
yes.
We have a former student from last year, Fergus Bridge, out there.
Yes, I can see that.
He's been very useful today.
What's he done?
He's gone to the shop and bought a pair of boots for Will Stadler because Will Stadler's forgotten his boots.
Good. That's the best thing he did. He didn't do anything like that when he was at school.
They never forget, though.
No.
They never forget.
Yeah. He was one of those kids who was much easier to work with outside the classroom. But you'll notice Jason Berry's out there. He's been the runner for Hutchins. I haven't seen... Have you seen him on the field?
I'll put a 6-pack on this, Damien, that by quarter time, he'll be running like Cliff Young.
I don't reckon we'll see him
I don't think we'll see him after half-time.
Cheerio to James McLeod. He just sent a message in. He's
hi, James. How are you?
Yes. I think he's heading to the Marquis of Hastings, Martin Chambers, for the 420 Friday special.
Oh, back to their natural habitat.
Yes, correct.
Line a couple up for us.
Yeah.
There's
a photo.
A photo shoot for Mr. Dean.
Warwick Dean is having a photo taken with a couple of... He's got a photo of his favourite son, which is Paul Banks, and the problem child, which is Damien Green.
Media team, commentator. You know, I thought a commentator was in Tasmania. A commentator was a
pink eye.
A pink eye, yeah.
Good by you, Paul. You are warming to your task as the day closes in around us.
Yeah.
Still beautiful, but that's not a mountain. That is not a mountain.
It's far from a mountain.
You can't call that a mountain, Paul.
Is that a cable car coming off there?
It couldn't be because it's got nowhere to drop. You could walk up that hill with Princess on your back. That's not a mountain.
Princess would like it up there. She likes the bush. She likes views.
Don't forget the Year 8 maths class, and make sure you put your chairs up.
Make it easy for Leslie and the team.
Make it easy for Leslie. Leslie is a very, very patient lady, but everyone has their limitations, Paul. Like, I've seen you upset. I saw you upset once.
You did?
I did. You were upset with me. It didn't last. You know, when I stuffed up a couple of weeks ago when I picked too many people in the team and we had to... Yeah, or make all those phone calls. That didn't go well.
No,
we okay?
I'm okay.
A lot of people were worried about us.
Were they?
Yeah, I could show you that email you wrote me. Wow, I didn't know you could write so well.
Don't recall that.
Anyway, what do you reckon Cameron would be saying? I know from watching him this year that he would be really pleased with the way we went about that. There's probably a few missed tackles, though he doesn't like that. He sees tackling as terribly important.
Yeah, I think the base thing he's telling him is the team that gets the highest score on the day will be the winner.
That's terrific. And what I've worked with you as a coach for 27 years now, and I know that you would be saying only two things, because you only ever say two things, and one of them is kick long, and the other one is keep it real. And that's great coaching.
And go out there and have a good time.
Yeah, that's three things.
And how you going, old son?
How are you? Keep your head up, old son.
Yeah. Well, there's the bench. That's a good bench, really.
Yeah, Nick Smart, the street sweeper. Fergus Charles, the natural leader. George McShane, he looks like a movie star. Will Golding,
George
a.k.a.
McShane can play anywhere.
Keith Gregg, he can play anywhere. Best work, I reckon, at Maloney's nightclub. Don't, mate.
Is that still going, Maloney?
Well, it's under new ownership. It's under new management. So we've got Will Hodgman on this wing, so he's going to get a bit of coverage here, and Axel's on the other wing again.
Yeah, is that a wallet in his back pocket?
I hope so.
So Hamish Allen's got it down again. Reeves, he's been grabbed
Reeves.
before he got the kick in.
Burrows Cheng.
Oh, nice
looks
shepherd
fresher
on, that's
than
what we
last
like.
week. He looks fresh. He's gone to Ireland, who hasn't really been in the play much
It wasn't
yet.
good delivery, though.
It wasn't. This
Mitch
is where
Rickards.
Cameron would like to hold the ball into the forward line more easily than that. He
gone
wouldn't
over
be
three
happy
there,
with that getting out like
That's
that.
a bit high, I think. That's Swinnow on the other side. Looks like he's been in the back there. Hope he hasn't dragged that in.
Swinnow, that's Luke Payton.
Yeah, Luke
he
Payton,
started
sorry.
the game very well, didn't he?
Why do they call him Swinnow?
There's a boy called Luke Swinton who looks like Luke Payton. It's really actually quite an ordinary reason for a nickname.
Pathetic.
Yeah.
All right, Hamish
I call
Allen
him
gets
the
it tapped
general.
down.
I call him the
I
general,
like the
which
general.
is better.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark.
Oh, that's a good grab there
One-handed
by
Mark
Tilly.
Tilly, a natural footballer.
Good body work.
Ireland probably led a bit early, but he's got his hands to it.
Where's the Crummers?
No.
Scrambling.
At least we held it in that time, though. There was no easy exit, Paul.
Look at this ground, though. There's plenty of room down the sides. Why can't we get it out the sides and get the runners going?
You seem frustrated.
Oh, it frustrates me, the modern game.
It does not. You're making that up. Richmond won the flag by playing football like that. There was nothing pretty about that, mate.
No, that's not true.
Yeah,
Richmond won the flag because they were the best team in the competition.
It was like going to a bloody circus, mate. Had one tall bloke and 28 midgets. There's nothing wrong with midgets, though. Paul.
Look, there's no midgets out there, mate.
Well, for Richmond there are.
Cottier, good handball to
Cottier,
Reeves.
Reeves.
Rush kick, good bounce.
Well done.
Mitchell
by
Rickards.
Jack Tilley's a natural footballer.
Cooper. No, it's Cal Ingram.
Ingram. The switch was on, but that's a good
Yeah.
spot. Well done by Will Hodgman.
Will Hodgson on three
He's
blokes
very
around
committed
him.
today.
Cal Ingram.
It's where we need a
Nice
tall,
short pass.
We need a tall target.
Righto, Coops.
They committed his body well there.
No, he's a good player.
He's one of your favourites.
Don't have favourites, mate.
Oh, that's right. Okay. He's an
So
open
Angus Evans.
forward line.
He's one of my favourites.
Payton, one of your favourites?
No, Angus Evans.
And Payton.
Payton is too. Yeah,
Yeah.
lovely fella.
Hodgman, one of your favourites?
Hodgman's always been one of my favourites.
Fergus Charles, favourite?
Good fella.
You're like Cadbury's, mate. You've got a full box of favourites. A full box of chocolates. You're such a nice man, Paul.
Do you know what I don't like about Cadbury favourites? Someone always eats everything, leaves the boost bars. When
Yeah,
I come
I
around, there's
know.
only the
You
boost.
don't
I
like
do.
them.
I'll eat them, but they're not my first choice.
No.
Off the ground by Hodgman. Good work, Cal Ingram. Plays a good game.
There's a lot of people around the ball. I think there's probably 20 people around the ball at the moment. So it's mirroring the modern AFL game.
Oh, it is. Good
It
tap
is.
down by Hamish
Beautiful
Allen.
tap down.
Reeves
Hamish Allen.
and him
Thomas
are working
Reeves
well.
into space.
Axel Moore.
I love
Can
the,
play.
I like the boy.
Yep.
I like the boy.
He's delicious.
Cyril's been here before. Cyril Rioli may be here later on, they say.
Could be.
Yep. Played here when he used to play for Scotch College in Melbourne. Dribbly kick in there. Tilly has been good. You know why? He's a natural footballer.
And look at that pass.
Cooper.
Can we call it a pass?
Yes, I'll take it. Well, it was certainly well read by Will Cooper. Now, Will Cooper's strength is not his kicking. So, you know,
I think his strength is sailing, isn't it?
Yeah, but on the football field, everyone has a strength. I mean, some people have more than one strength.
His strength is his heart, you know.
You're a people person.
His heart is his strength.
That's lovely. That's poetic.
Cooper.
So he can sail and
hear
he
them
can
all.
kick.
Well done, Dubby, they say.
That
They're
boy
all
can
round him.
sail and that boy can kick. He's been good today, Will Cooper, and
Yes.
there's a few people in the seconds that are putting a little bit of pressure on. So Will Cooper's form hasn't been great, so he's back in the conversation.
He's been playing okay. Do we need to have an argument about this?
Well, yes. Well, I mean, everybody's your favourite, mate, so, you know, you can't criticise anything or anyone. So I don't know. I don't even know if we should have you as a commentator because you've got to have your eyes open, Paul. Anyway, we'll talk about that at half time.
No worries. We're back to the centre.
Good.
Hamish Allen, Swinnow. Oh, that's a nice tap.
Yeah. Axel Moore.
Axel on the wing.
I've got a lot of time for Axel Moore.
Good fella.
Angus
Angus.
Evans, he's dependable.
He is.
He's an old-fashioned Francis Burke type.
I'd like to see him on the forward line.
Well, you're not the coach, mate.
Oh, I know.
Well, here's a scoring opportunity. That's going to have to... downfield.
Now, the ball has come into their forward line, so I've got to put a mark on there. I don't have my stats.
Do you want me to do it for you? Hey, are you good? You're good with spreadsheets. Are you good with marks?
Yeah, just down like... You do 4 down, you one across, that makes 5.
Over here as well.
Oh, what happens over there?
Do you want to go with hangman?
Hangman.
Tic-tac-toe?
Play that.
Oh, the umpire's put him on an angle. That's quite odd because that kick landed almost in the goal square and he centred the ball. That's poor defence by Hutchins.
It is.
I think...
one apiece.
Mr. Blight, he would be steaming.
Would they have had the zone going then?
Cameron, the cameraman, can just pan onto the Hutchins coaches. You'll see that Cameron Blight is steaming. Where's Jason Berry when you need him?
That's a goal.
Yeah.
It's the first goal to Yarra Valley.
Yep. All right, so Hutchins needs to steady.
Have a look at the buses around here. There's a few. Do you reckon John Tinney could handle that many buses? He's a good man, John, but he's only really got a fleet of 3. And
you'll have to ask him because it's the end of school, so there's a lot of buses at Yarra Valley today, aren't there?
There's a lot of buses. I
guess a lot of the boys and girls, they're not getting picked up by their parents today. There's a lot of buses here. It's a beautiful setting, though, isn't it? Leafy.
Tree.
Tree.
Hamish Allen down again to...
That's
Oliver.
perfect. That's our best entry of the year.
Look at this. Callum Ingram.
Paul, look what happens when you get the ball out of the centre cleanly. See that?
I hope there's some young footballers out there watching that.
Yeah, that was sort of like Richmond in the third quarter of last year's grand final. That was just terrific. Let's hope Callum is able to convert. He's a good kicker of the football. He's doing a bit of coaching himself with Hugh Jubb. They're coaching Sandy Bay under 15s, and apparently, according to Stuart Hammond, doing a terrific job.
Good for them. That's good
terrific
to hear.
Job. No.
Bad luck, Callum. Hard line, son.
You're a caring man, Paul. I thought that was a really ordinary kick.
You can see they've got the zone going here. It's interesting.
It's got a good piece of that.
That's a nice
That's
kick.
all the way to the wing, and it's been marked. Hutchins allowed that to happen too easily.
Yep.
And now we go open football. Thank goodness
Stadler.
for Will Stadler. He's your man.
He's a good fella.
Yeah.
Wasn't he one of the Muppets?
Oh, he might be.
One of the old
Which
blokes.
one?
One of the old fellas that sat up in the thing. Wasn't he a Stadler?
They were grumpy.
Waldorf and Stadler.
Yeah, they were grumpy.
Do we have a Waldorf in the team?
You could be Waldorf, I reckon.
They've run this in a bit too easy.
Okay.
And that looks like a goal.
No, it is a goal.
It is a goal.
So alarm bells. Be alert, not alarm, Paul.
Right. Be alert, not alarm.
Well, 2 goals in 2 minutes. Having not scored a goal for 28 minutes. Be alert, don't be alarmed.
Well, what's going on? Burrows Cheng's coming off.
And Fergus Charles.
He's gone in the centre to get him organised. So I told you before about his organisation skills.
Yeah, well, let's have a look at who we're starting in the middle here. We've got Jack Tilley's gone in the middle. I think for the first time we've got Luke Payton and
go
Fergus
out there
Charles.
and treat it like one of those pizza drives he does. That'll be well organised in the centre then.
So, who does that? Fergus?
Fergus, he's good at them.
Yeah, okay.
Hamish Allen. We're doing well in the middle with the taps.
Well, we didn't go so well there, Paul. They've taken it out quite easily.
There's a loose man out here. He's tapped it on. No, he's taken it out. Good work.
Just a shout out to Martin Chambers and James McLeod at the 420 Club at the Marquis of Hastings. Race 7 at Lismore, number 6.
Do they still bet in 50-cent units or not?
I don't know, ask Jason Berry. He's a horse owner. George McShane's on. Oh, there's a little bit of action between Harry Island and his opponent, but it's settled down now. I think it might
Through
be
the middle. Reezy's onto him.
Oh,
Good pressure.
good clearance job. Lifting
Harry
Hutchins.
Island.
Yeah.
Out in
Probably
front.
need to- yeah.
Who's looking after him?
Yeah, no, I think that's
Bad
a
luck.
fair decision. The umpires have not been hot on the whistle, that's for sure.
I've got a message on the Facebook page from Tom Cottier.
What's saying?
Loving the commentary.
That is more than Tom wrote for me in 4 years of English. That's terrific. I might go back and have a look at his marks.
I don't think you can do anything about him. Oh, look at this handball out of the back line. Angus Evans.
Good sport.
Good
Will
work.
Cottier, Tom Cottier's brother. So isn't that a lovely family connection there, Paul?
And there's another from Stuart Brinsmead from the IT department. Champion of dad jokes. Are you going to give Midlife Crisis a shout out on this commentary?
Probably a good idea. I mean,
Midlife Crisis
you're not
are
just-
playing in week 10.
Right. All week?
They are available for gigs
All week?
all week. No, not all week, just a couple of songs.
Are you going to do the Harper Valley PTA for us?
You've been on the Harper Valley VTA all week, haven't
I
you?
think we just need a bit of a change of flavour.
Yeah, well, we're
What you
up
do
for
is
anything.
good, though, but I'm not saying that. What you do is good, but
21st,
maybe something
bar
from the
mitzvahs,
60s. Yeah.
60s.
Weddings, parties.
Anything. It's getting a bit scrambly again in there.
Makes you think of eggs, doesn't it?
I've just got a text message of a couple of bad heads. Looks like McEwen and Reeve.
Right. Well,
Are they getting paid? Are they getting paid to watch TV?
No.
I cannot believe it.
But Jason has produced one of our best players, so I think that is in some way that is being refunded to the school. You agree? I would like you to stop looking at your phone, Paul. There's a game of football here.
Whereabouts?
Yeah, and they're having another
I've
shot
got
for
enough-
goal.
that's
No
coming forward
longer
line
are
again.
we just alert. We are now alarmed, Paul. When you're playing with your phone, I mean, you're like a grade 7 boy. I think you might have just pushed that to the left.
All right.
And let's have a look at Hutchins' kick-out strategies, because this is the first point for Yarra Valley. So
It is
let's-
too.
You can talk us through this instead of playing with your phone.
They're going to start in the middle with Hamish Allen and a
They're
little
going
group.
too early. They've
Yeah,
gone too early.
Now they'll run out in a huddle.
Yeah.
Ding. Good work, Ding.
You the defensive coach? That didn't work.
No, it didn't work too good,
Because
did
you're
it?
playing with your phone, Paul.
I just got another message. I got a message from Tristram Lynch. Stop
It's
talking
Tristan.
about
It's Tristan.
Tristan Lynch. Sorry,
Yeah,
Tristan.
Tristan Lunch.
Tristan Lunch. Stop talking about Princess. And at that time, Ollie Burrows Cheng's made a great move out of it.
Yeah. Will Cotty is coming off. I think he's got some homework to do.
And the,
Still left from year 9. And who's gone on? Is that Nick Smart? Is it number 8?
number 8's Jack Revolt, isn't it?
Jack Rewald. What's he doing at Yarra Valley? That's not a mountain. That's not a mountain, Paul.
And Tristan Lynch also put on
Lunch.
their the final bit there. Greatness beckons.
Greatness beckons for the Hutchins seconds. Who wrote that poem, Paul?
That is a greenism.
It'll be nice.
Is it?
Yes, it is. Keep it real.
Keep it real.
Kick long to space.
This goes through. It's going to bring us down to 3 points.
It's gone through. It wasn't the most attractive contact, but it's a goal.
It's gone through. It was a bit of a
Now-
helicopter kick.
Now I think we should be
There's a
alarmed.
claim up there that it was touched.
Well,
They've
there's-
got a bloody
I
scoreboard there.
can-
Why isn't it going up to the box?
Watch your language, Paul,
Oh,
but
sorry.
I can see 2 flags. I
Two
can
flags?
see 2 flags, so that would suggest a goal. And now is the time to be alarmed. Will Hutchins change anything? Maybe it's time to drop a loose man in defence. What do you do in the situation?
I
Do
don't
you
think.
keep your cool, or do you do something? Do you react?
I just wonder if that's a scoring in. There's no breeze here.
No breeze.
Is it closer
Not
to
even
the
a
centre?
It's closer to the mound.
Is the grass
Don't
thicker
be
down this
silly.
end?
Don't be so
Hamish
silly.
Allen. Good tackle by Swinnow. Back into their forward
Loose
line.
man, you see, loose man on the back line.
Well
Told
picked
you
up,
to
Green.
do. Thank you. Left footer too, fat side. Hit your targets. Nick Smart.
Elliot Goward.
Oh no, that's Axel Moore.
That's Axel.
I've got a lot of time for Axel Moore.
He can play.
Yeah.
Swinnow, one
Peyton.
grab.
Peyton. Can we call him by his proper name?
Okay,
General. Oh, and good. This is a good transition. This is good
That's
response.
Ollie Burrows checking.
Fat side.
Since he's come back on, he's made a bit of a difference.
I just think sometimes our forwards
Ricards
lead
is
a little
loose.
bit too early. But he's
Look
got
at that.
it.
That's
No,
what we
was
want.
a good long lead. It's a good long lead.
He's still a fair way out,
He is still a fair
and
way
they're
out.
covering all the holes in their forward line. We're going across.
Okay, so
Switch.
now
Back to Burrows.
can we go the full switch? I do like Jack Tilley. He's a natural footballer. Just didn't get a hold of that.
He's still got to play in front.
Collective sigh from all of the Hutchins people here. There, we needed to make more of that. Good pressure though. He's gone down the middle. That's going to go one way or the other.
The
Risky
big blokes are
business.
pretty good in the air, aren't they? That's a
Yeah,
good
they
tackle.
are. They are.
That's it, Ding.
He's one of your favourites, isn't he?
He is.
Oh, good
Look at
work
this
by
Plunkett.
Nathan. Plunkett's one of your favourites too. You've got a lot of favourites, Paul. You're a good people person. Chess mark. Well done.
It's gone to their forward line
Just
again.
not sure who that is.
Dark. It's one of those
Angus
lights
Evans.
from Coke
Angus
Tire
Evans.
up there.
Well, there's a turnover and a shot on goal.
Why
from
are they
only
loose?
30 metres out. Do you dislike that when commentators say shot on goal? It should be shot at goal, shouldn't it, Paul? It's very American, shot on goal.
Shot on goal.
It's like down back. I don't like that. I think we need to have the full phrasing and all prepositions. Do you want me to stop now?
I don't keep going. That's very interesting. I just have nothing to say to him.
You're a little bit confused.
Who we got coming off now? Tilley's coming off.
Oh, beautiful kick.
Reeve is back on.
Just pushed it to the right. So let's have a look at how we go with the huddle
The score
from the kickouts here.
for that
So I think
Yarra Valley 19, Hutchins Travelling Football Show 22.
and I think with the huddle, I think we went too early last time. So let's just hold it back a little bit.
It's a little bit predictable.
Slightly
I think.
different strategy there. We've kicked it to a nest.
Oh, that's a nice grab.
Coddy's always there.
Mitch Rickards is calling for it. It's a bit short for Mitch.
It wasn't ideal. I think
That's a nice grab.
great mark.
Oh.
Was that Nick Smart?
That was Nick Smart. Yeah, it wasn't real smart from the umpire. That was
I
a
think
mark.
there is a bit of a breeze now because the ball's holding up. We can't really tell out here, but I think there may be a breeze going away from the mound end.
The ball has gone into their forward line 10 times this quarter.
12. You missed a couple.
Did I?
Yep.
You sure?
Don't punish yourself, Paul. You are hard on yourself sometimes.
So what's going on? We've got a
I'm
free
not
kick.
sure what happened there, but
Coddy
Coddy
has
is going
gone
to
across
switch.
goal.
He's switched. It's very open. It's Reeve, who's been a bit quieter this term, but he's kicking long to space. It looks like
More to run on it. The bounce.
The Moray Eel. Axel the Moray Eel. Well done. Bad luck. Unlucky. Good contest from Plunkett in the air. Coddy is there again.
Gets
You'd
the
have to
hands
be,
off.
but he just didn't hit his target with the handball, and that's what was happening last week against Scotch. Goal. Simple mistakes, Paul.
And they've hit the front.
Simple mistakes. I think we'll stay up here during the break because I don't think Cameron will be the man to be around. Having sat next to him on the bus for 3 hours after a loss, I don't think I want to go down there today. I've learnt my lesson. I didn't come to Melbourne for that.
I'm going to turn the phone off.
I came to Melbourne to play with you. Turn your phone off, Paul.
Good to see Adrian Finch here today.
Home is the horse. Home from the horse to his hill.
But here in Melbourne, he has a different name. I think because he's a breath of fresh air, he's known as the Spearmint Rhino.
Is that
Lovely
right?
to see him.
Yeah, but I still think we're better off at Hutchins without him. I think Jason Berry, Adrian gave us the blog, but Jason's given us live streaming.
Look at this, out of the centre.
Out of the middle.
Burrows Cheng again.
He could kick that. Harry in front. Oh,
Oh,
good
no,
front.
well, Rove, that's
George
McShane.
McShane. Your man. Is he a favourite of yours?
Oh, one of them, yeah.
Very much so.
He's a Turkish delight.
He's bounty. It's Bounty.
Oh,
for me.
Bounty is my
It's
favourite.
Bounty.
Yeah.
Does Princess eat chocolate?
Princess eats anything.
Should pigs eat chocolate?
Nice work.
Back,
Gone backwards
out
to
the
go
back.
forward. That's good.
That's good.
Elliot Gower to Cottier.
Cottier's always
strong.
there. No, that's
strong.
good.
Look at the options he's got down the swing. He's gone long.
Good.
Good choice.
Yeah, the ball's holding up. And
Gee,
we are playing behind down there.
I don't think the delivery's been fantastic.
No, because I think the ball's holding up, Paul. I said that.
I don't think the delivery's fantastic, Damien.
You said that. Good. So open forward line here. Cottier's
look
going to
at
have
this
to
run
be
on.
terrific here. Oh,
He is terrific.
Great tackle.
That was a bit of excitement there, wasn't
Umpire. I mean,
it? Elliot Gower has got about 5 possessions the last couple of minutes.
I have to say, and here's a shout out to Georgie and Charlie Cottier, but Will Cottier has kept us in the game. He's been terrific. And Tom Cottier as well, and Chloe, and their dog Stanley.
And there's a shout out from George Halliday. He says, shout out to Paddy Burke and myself on this live show. I feel like I'm one of those radio shows. Remember we were at high school?
Did you get money for this? Did you get money? Yeah. What was his name? The fellow that used to, John Laws.
No, not John Laws. He had the show in the afternoon and at
Rick
night
Patterson.
time.
Rick Patterson?
No.
Right. I think we should talk more about the football.
Yeah, I think so.
It's half time.
It is half time. Bit of a shadow come across the ground. It must
Well,
be
the shadows come over the game as well, Paul. Hasn't it?
It has.
I mean, Hutchins 23-0 at one stage, now trailed by 4 points. That's a shadow, and there is no mountain to cast that shadow. It's merely a mound. It's not a mountain, Paul.
I'm wondering if half time we could get a few questions in from the viewers.
Okay.
I've got one in here from little Tommy Cottier. How do you reckon the Tigers will go tomorrow night, Banger? Well,
That's not a question.
yes, it is a question.
Okay.
It's a ridiculous question because Tom and I really know that the Tigers are going to get up pretty easy.
So just to put that into context, that's Richmond playing Essendon, the Dreamtime, and we are, as a group, we're going there. We're going to join the Michael Long walk to the G. Is that right? To say sorry?
No, it's not to say sorry,
Isn't it?
No, it's just to promote a lot of things.
Well, I think it's time we said sorry as well. That's an important idea. That so it's part of the young Hutchins people's education. So a good thing that can be gained out of this trip.
Yeah, of course it will.
Yeah. But where do you see Richmond winning the game? In answer to Tom Cottier's question, that's even longer than anything he wrote for me in 4 years of English. Matthew Sayers.
It's a question from Matthew Sayers. Who is Roy and who is HG? Well, Roy and HG are commentators.
Pink eyes.
I don't know what that means. Who is Roy and who is HG? It's a pretty. It's not the state of origin, is it? Or the.
Go back to Cottier's essay.
Collier's?
Yeah, 2 sentences.
How do you.
And he's got an apostrophe.
No apostrophes.
Oh, that's true. Full stop?
No full stops.
Okay.
He hasn't even got a capital B for Banger. Come on, Tom.
Jesus.
Who was it? I wonder who his English teacher was.
I had him for 4 years.
You had him for 4 years?
Yeah. Well, we got to know each other.
Good Lord.
I wouldn't have it any other way, Banger.
Any more questions out there we could answer for you? Or
I'll ask you one, but it's more of a personal question.
go on then, Damien.
I hear you've got a new housemate. You think he's listening?
I doubt it.
If he was listening, is there anything you'd like to say to him? Not what you said the other day, though, because that's not appropriate, Paul.
I just want the cat to stop urinating in the bathroom on the shower mat.
Right.
It's
Okay.
a very unpleasant smell through the house.
Okay.
It's an old house and it's got very dry wood in there.
It's live streaming, Paul. You know that, don't you? Not like the cat.
Sometimes
The
you
cat
just
was
got to
live
get
streaming as well. Is that what you're trying to
The
say?
cat was live streaming.
But
I don't understand
his
cats.
name's Dodgy. The guy that you've taken on, a bit of a project for you. His name's Dodgy. Does he have any good habits?
Good habits.
Good habits die young. I've met him and I didn't find anything good about him at all. Except he loves talking about the weather.
He loves the weather. He loves the weather.
Whatever the weather. Any more questions?
So, I think everyone's going to get a cup of tea. Oh, we've got one come through here.
Right.
George Halliday's got an interesting question.
Ooh.
Banger, who's feeding the pigs while you're away?
Dodgy is feeding the pigs.
Well, there we go. We have found a good habit that Dodgy's got. He's feeding the pigs. But
there was a time, I think it was last week, where you were hoping that Dodgy might feed himself to the pigs. Hannibal Lecter style.
I was a little bit annoyed with Dodgy last week over that.
Right.
So, Dodgy's doing... There was only Princess over there at the moment.
Right.
So...
what are your plans tonight, Paul? Who are you rooming with?
I'm sharing a room with you.
I'm not going down that road again.
I just
That was horrid. That
last time I came over, I shared with Adam Polferman.
Yeah. How'd that go?
Oh, he left the towel on the bathroom floor after every shower.
How many showers did he have?
I don't know, but I'm sick of picking it up.
Is he worse than Dodgy or different?
He's fantastic compared to Dodgy.
Well, they do call him Cat.
They call him Cat. Dodgy played footy up Tribunner, and he was known as Animal up there.
Right.
And I could tell you some stories, but I can't tell them.
Tell us one. Tell us one, Paul.
You have the sunny spot.
I can't.
Well, you shouldn't tell us. That's teasing.
We've got a question here from Sean Finney-Walsh.
Okay.
Who's the best player in the seconds this year?
I'd go for Ruben Nettlefold. Do you mind if I answer that question? I'm starting. I mean, we shouldn't play favourites, but you know, scores on the board. His form's been great. He's very clean with the ball. He's possessing it. He's taking marks. He's finding space.
He's been very good.
Yep. Yeah. Who else is in the question? Who else is up there for you? Lockie Prescott.
Lockie Prescott moving to centre half back has been fantastic.
Yeah.
Minions.
Yeah.
Yep. He's always played on the forward line, but he can't kick goals.
We're not from back there.
No. Centre half back, he's running straight onto the ball. He's been great. He's been taking some good marks.
Yep.
A lot of leadership back
and
there.
He's trained well too, and it's really shown out in his game. And I think he's in the picture for maybe a promotion. We hope. George McShane's been promoted, so
George has
you
been
play well. You can get a gig in this environment.
D has been very good in my eyes. Has been
looking forward to this.
Patrick Betts.
Yeah, I think we need to explore that a little bit more because he hasn't played the game before, has he?
No.
He hasn't played the game before.
No. He's tough. He's bustling. He's playing in the ruck.
What do you mean by
a few
bustling?
goals?
Explain
He just goes through them. He doesn't care who's there. He goes through the whole pack.
He's got some tricks too, hasn't he?
Speaking of tricks, the forward line has become Mellis country.
Yeah. There's three of them.
Three Mellis brothers now.
Yeah. It's like going into the Mykonos about 3 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday night, isn't it? It's just heaving with souvlaki.
Manoli has been magnificent.
He has. He's been great.
Yeah. He's our leading goal kicker this year, and he just seems to dodge and weave and his speed.
He's kicked 5 goals in 2 games.
Yeah.
And he's never played the game before.
And his brother.
His brothers.
We'll start with Brother Nick. Brother Nick has been very good. He's fast and he's hard.
Is it not going on? It's going, but we're going to have a break because Cameron, the cameraman, has just organised a drink. Paul, do you mind if we have a break? Please stay tuned, though, those people. We're getting a lot of lovely messages.
Yeah,
a lot of feedback.
Hang in there and we'll just go to our sponsors. Just a moment.
We'll be back in 5 minutes.
We'll be back in 5.
Cameron, the cameraman.
Have we got time to get
and others?
Couple of frothies, do you think?
No, Paul, we're working, mate.
Oh,
we're working.
Oh,
No,
okay.
Paul, green tea.
Green tea.
Okay, see you soon.
Back
Bye.
to the green tea.
So we're about to start the second half here at Yarra Valley Grammar School. Just a little bit of feedback during the break. Some of the locals are not happy about the fact that we have declared the Dandenong Range as not a mountain, but it certainly is not a mountain, and I just won't allow that coming from Hobart. But anyway, that's a semantic matter. Hamish Allen in the ruck. I haven't got a partner at the moment because he's playing with his phone, but he'll be back with us in a minute.
Burrows cheating out.
Oh, here he is.
It's been an exciting game, but I tell you what, they put on a bit of a spread at half-time for us. How did you find that, Damien?
I found it very good. Another couple of green teas, but they were actually the ones that you stole from the Hutchins staff room this morning. But I had a couple of bits of pizza. Yeah. Not bad spread.
The ball is right in front of us here.
I think it's common to say spread. I think it should be more like afternoon tea.
What would Elliot Bleethman say? Remember Elliot Bleethman? He used to love his spreads.
Yeah, well, he was common. Anyway, let's get to the footy. It's out here in the wing. It's right in front of us.
It's hard to drink tea with these things, isn't it?
Hamish Allen's missed that tap. Tommy Reeves has been great. Warwick Dean's just about to leave us. Great to see you, Warwick. Hopefully you might be able to hear him in the background.
Look after yourself,
He's
mate.
Looking well. Taking his dog Zula. Are you coming on Sunday? We're playing grammar.
Not Sunday.
Okay, no worries.
I'm going up the farm.
Yeah, okay. No worries.
Not the funny farm.
Sometimes it's
We're all a bit odd, Paul.
All right, Warwick, good to see you. You take care too.
Hope you have a great day tomorrow.
Yeah, it's been good. No worries. Yeah. See
All right,
ya.
mate.
It's great to see Warwick, but back to the footy. Burrows showing another entry just to... Oh, great mark.
That was a good mark.
Is solid. Rich Rickards hasn't shown his new normal fire today, but I'm sure that he'll get into the game in the second half. I think the ball's holding up a little bit.
Yeah, Allen's been good there.
Yeah, Allen's been good. I've liked Hodgman's game. He hasn't had a lot of touches, but he's just been... He's trying to do the right things. He's becoming easier to coach.
I think what's happened is the bit of a scare this morning with the wallet has made him a little bit more responsible around the ground.
He's thinking more about other things.
Yep.
That's good. I think maybe just one thing to note for Hamish Allen, get your body into the other ruckman wherever you can. That's just a little bit of teaching. Ireland.
Hands off. Good work.
Yeah, good work.
Callum Ingram.
Held up. Jack Tilley's and he's a natural footballer. Oh, Mitch Rickards. Might have just overdone that tackle. Mitch has shown a bit of aggression. Do you like it when the boys get aggressive?
I like football, Damien.
Yeah. Do you mean you want them to be hard and tough? I've heard you say that.
Have you?
Yeah. It's a man's game. But
there's a lot more things to football than really meets the eye.
Are there any days when you would give it up?
There are days when you could cry.
Fly.
Fly, is it?
Fly, Paul.
I've been singing it wrong all these years. Me? I like football.
Yeah. But, you know, if you look around, there's a lot of things around, Paul. Anyway, back to the game.
It's a throw in on the far forward pocket. Allen, very competitive.
Very competitive.
Good work. What's that, Mac?
I think that might have been the knife. No, easy. Just easy exits to the fat side. There's space. But, of course, who's
Angus
there?
Adams.
Angus Evans.
He's good. Stadler.
Your man, Stadler. They work well together, Evans and Stadler, don't they?
Yeah. They play football for Hobart together as well.
Ah, close to your heart.
Very.
Very.
Swinno, bad luck. Bit of pressure on him there. Short pass, Angus got in front. Good work, Angus.
You've got to love Evans, don't you?
You do.
He's good, Evans. Good Evans. More. You're out. Oh, yeah, that's a fair advantage. Ingram's good in the air. Oh, well played by that boy. Kept his hands free. Rickards is coming into it.
Someone.
He loves a little sneaky kick around the corner.
He's a thinker.
He's a thinker. sort of like mirroring the way the first half started. It's very scrambly. But once the boys find their bearings, I think the game opens up, and it's actually quite good to watch.
Swinnow again. He's been
We'd like
pretty good.
Yeah, it'd be good to see a bit more system. He has been good. He'd be better if you called him by his proper name.
Sorry,
Hayton or the General.
The General. Sorry about that. But
You're not sorry.
throwing again. Oh, that was in there.
Axel
Harry
Miller.
Island's back. Axel's had plenty of ball. Reeves has had plenty of ball.
Yeah. Plunkett,
Plunkett's
dribble,
been good.
dribble. McShane, your man. Oh, he got a good hold of that.
Geez, that's a good
Oh,
kick.
that's Jubb.
That's Jubb.
That is
That's
a goal
captain.
on the fly from 62 metres out.
That's
Oh,
very good. We've got someone down there.
that was a great
Hodgman.
goal. He's up.
He's back up again.
He did it. He's carrying a bit of a flu as well.
And he's patting his back. I think he's looking for his wallet.
He might
On
be.
hope.
No. Oh, he's actually not. He's struggling a bit. He has had a bit of a flu. Good on you, Hodgie. You've been good today.
He's
I
played
think
well.
You've really sort of done everything you can to be part of the structure. And a great goal there by Hugh Jubb. Captain's goal from very close to 60 metres out. George McShane's replaced Hodgman. It's good to see Hutchins a bit of a feel about it now because we haven't scored a goal for a while.
Gang tackle there. Axel's been onto it. Reeves was good. He's hard, Reeves.
Very hard. Good,
Good
Burrows.
work. Tainsuki's chasing it.
Nice.
Back
Probably
the
the
knife.
best foot skills in the team, and then he
Mac-
misses his target. I put the Mozzer on him.
This bloke's run through
Good
the
to have
lot of
him
it.
back,
Come on. That's it, Tane. Good pressure.
Good footy. Oh, Plunkett was just
Ball has
caught.
come into the forward line.
Caught. Trailing his man in. Stadler's there, though. Stadler's irrepressible. Do you know what that means, Paul?
No idea.
It means he's... Oh, no, touch, surely. Let's have a review. No, no
Oh.
review. Game on. Game
They're
on.
calling for the review.
No, they're not, Paul, because we don't have one. You've got to take the good with the bad. Take the rub of the green. Okay?
Okay, Damien, we'll do that.
So, Yarra Valley go back in front by 4 points. It's a good challenge for Hutchins, you know. It's a short season, the Sardis roster, so every game we get to play in a close situation is good for our development because you can't afford to lose too many games.
Just good to pull the magenta and black or the magenta and white on.
Yep.
Get the colours going. Play for your colours.
Wow. Oh,
Reeves.
And good
Long in the
deep
forward line.
entry. Good deep entry. Blighty wants the deep entries, and I understand why. We just need to find ourselves with a marking target. We haven't taken a lot of marks inside 50 today.
Delivery hasn't been good, you know, Damien.
Well, we're playing on
Have I mentioned that?
We're playing on a foreign ground underneath something that is called a mountain, but is really just a mountain. And that's confusing for any Tasmanian. Yes?
The Dandenongs, are they
They're a range. They're not mountains.
are they metamorphic?
I'll get back to you on that, Paul. Matt Sayers would know the answer to that.
I've get
Chris
this phone
Rain.
call from funny number. I'm not going to answer it.
There's a ball up in... which way are we kicking?
We're kicking to the left of the screen.
Okay, so there's a ball up in our forward line.
Yep.
No, it's not coming out of there. Yes, it is coming out of there. Wow.
They've
Wow.
been good on that on the stoppages. We managed to get the ball, but they've been to cut them off a fair bit.
Cut above.
It's a hairset on, Damien.
Is that right? Down at Franklin?
Just Cuts in Franklin. A shout out to Just Cuts.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that where you go?
Most of the time I go to Just Cuts.
Well, it
yeah.
looks like you've been doing your hair yourself lately.
Not amusing at all, Damien. You know, sensitive about my
Your hair.
hair.
Sorry. It's Friday night and there's no Princess. Jack Tilley's a natural... Oh, that's a beautiful kick and a good contest from Harry Island. That'll lift him, I think. That, or maybe
lot of
one
hand
too
there.
many.
That's
Maybe
Mac
one
Evans.
too many.
Who's in front?
Oh, look, I'm really pleased with that, Paul. Is that George McShane? I think
George?
that is George McShane. That whole passage was terrific. Boys backed themselves and George was in front.
That's what we want to see.
You've got to be in front when you're playing Yarra Valley.
Everyone says that.
Everybody says that. You've got to be in front if you're near the river, because the ball drops short if you're near the river. Correct. George has popped that through.
Get around him.
Momentum's back with Hutchins, you'd have to say.
Oh,
We've only that rubbish.
we're only 2 points in front.
Shout out to Ruck coach Dougie Rossiter. He's been good all year. Patrick Betts owes a lot to Doug Rossiter, doesn't he?
Oh, I think a few blokes do. Dougie's been fantastic.
See whether Hamish Allen, who's on the radar of a number of AFL clubs, if he wins this tap. Because it'll be all thanks to Doug Rossiter. Maybe to Jack Rossiter as well. Not really.
Who's Jack Rossiter?
Jack is Doug's son. Maybe
No,
Jody Rossiter.
That's what?
Cade is the other son, yeah.
He's got 2 sons.
And Jody.
And Jody.
Jody's the ruck coach as well.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I think she's the ruck coach's coach.
True, the ruck coach's boss. Anyway.
Hamish Allen. Oh, nice tap down.
Oh, very good tap down.
Almost a bit of hanging on there.
Fergus Charles, useful in and under footballer. Fergus. That's where he does his best work. Tackles, knife.
He's been good. The
one on one. Is it Tilly's a natural?
Oh, that was that was a good mark.
Yeah, he's got a bit of Jack Watts about him, that young fella. I like the look of him.
Who has?
The boy playing on Tilly. He's number 10.
He's only half the size of Jack Watts.
Good hands there. I think that was Harry Island again. He's livened up now.
You think of the bloke who invented the steam engine, aren't you?
Oh, no, the light bulb.
The light bulb. That's Edison, wasn't it?
No, Watts was the light bulb, wasn't he?
Who invented the... Oh, Alex... No, I don't know.
Edison. I don't know whether... was it metamorphic or not? But anyway, come on, don't be silly.
Igneous.
Tom Reeves
Igneous.
from probably 47 metres out. Let's see if he gets the journey. Oh, he has.
It's a nice kick.
He's got the journey. He's like some of my best horses. That's a goal. Tommy Reeves from 47 metres. That's terrific. What are we? We've got to try and find a way to get
there's a bit of a scuffle out there at
centre
centre forward.
Is that scoreboard right? Because I think we've kicked the last 3 goals.
I think we just about put should be 40 points.
Yeah, I know that, but I don't know that have they got. Anyway,
Reeves is off. Well-deserved break. Max coming off. It's not a bad change. Reeves for Burrows chin.
Evans has added a bit to the team. He hasn't played at all this year. He's just got a little bit of class.
Yep.
He finds space too, Paul, which I think is really important for young football on a big ground. Hamish Allen.
Yeah, he's roved his own ball there.
He was. Oh, that's a really, really good entry. But look at Stadler. Look, it's your man, Stadler. Stadler is almost like the catcher in the rye. Beautiful pass to Burrows, Chang. Did you read that book? You haven't, have you?
I've never read the book, but it's on every American show about school.
How many books have you read?
I've read Kevin Bartlett's
Yep.
Best of Footy.
Yep. Mainly pictures.
I've read every Phantom comic.
Jub's been good when necessary. Do you read Princess Before Bed, or is that mainly picture books?
I started reading them. We did the Three Little Pigs one night, and she got a bit upset about that.
Coward. More.
More's been good.
More. The more I heal. Yeah, but just didn't look, did he? Just didn't look.
You've got to organise them setups in the forward line.
Said before, Travis Cloak is the coach of Yarra Valley, so I wonder what he's thinking. It'd be nice to get a bit of a word, about what he thinks about the quality of the Hutchins team. Yeah.
How's your tea going?
Finished.
Nice pot. I wonder if Georgina could bring me one in.
Georgina?
Yeah.
Dear Georgina. do you mean?
Where's the audio? Turn the sound back on.
How long has it been off for? Technical difficulties.
Thank goodness.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
All right, are we back on? Tristan, can you tell me if we're back on? Matt Sayers, are we back on?
Had a couple of complaints. That's not unusual. Anyway, we'll go on. We'll go on regardless. Plunkett, short kick, Burrows, Cheng, man mountain, man mountain playing underneath a mound. A metamorphic mound. Are we back on?
Can you hear me?
Are we?
Can you hear me?
We got sound. Yeah, we got sound.
We got sound by the sound of it.
It's a pity
Go,
now.
Matt Sayers, good now.
I don't want
Thank
you
you,
to
Matt.
keep singing. I don't want you to keep singing, Paul.
Oh, look at that.
Hutchins up by 11 points. So if we could sneak a goal here, we're getting close to three-quarter time. I think it would be important.
Rickard's handball out. Is that Mack again?
Evans
That's
is,
a beautiful kick.
Evans is the most
Look at him get
natural
around him.
forward that we have. He reminds me of Cyril Rioli. I have to say it. He's got a little bit of cheek about him too. He's just got that glint in his eye sometimes.
Cyril Rioli. I have spoken to Mac. He has not got one turtle recipe. He's nothing like Cyril Rioli.
Excellent. So if you had one turtle recipe, could you see a likeness or not? If there was one turtle recipe.
He has spoken to me about his dugong casserole.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So I noticed you brought that up, and I know that you did some work with Cyril as a young boy. Tell us about some of your times with Cyril. Did Cyril have more than one recipe, turtle recipe, as a child?
As a child?
Yeah.
That's kind of Cyril, mate.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What did he wash it down with as a child?
As a child, water. The water on Melville Island actually came from the springs underneath the sea from Papua New Guinea.
Right. Still does?
Still does, yeah.
It's terrific.
Beautiful fresh water over there.
Yeah. And did you teach Cyril or coach Cyril or what? Because you have claimed that you have. Did you now that we're live streaming, Paul, or has all of this been just something that you've made up?
Have we got a lie detector on me? No, put big note myself.
Well, you know how much I love Cyril, don't you?
Cyril played a couple of games.
2? Let's nail it.
I've got no idea. It was 25 years ago.
Well, you didn't know that he was going to be that good then, so you probably
Oh,
didn't
he had good
take
pedigree.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
Yeah, he did.
but he showed a lot
So
of.
a couple of
signs.
games.
Yeah.
You were the coach.
Yep.
Yeah. So were you back in those days? Were you saying things like "kick it long and keep it real"?
Back there, that's when it all started.
Wow, the genesis of one of AFL's greats. Were you a bit disappointed that Sheedy went into legend
We
status
used to say
ahead of you?
greatness beckons for the Pullarumpy seconds.
Why wouldn't you?
And that's where it all started.
Any premierships?
That was just for fun over there. We played.
Righto.
Yeah.
They're all friendlies.
Well, in the underage, in the little
Yeah.
kids one, it was.
Oh, that's
yeah.
the way it
We
should
was
be.
The boys and the girls
Yeah.
playing. It was.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. Look at the finger pointing going on here.
Who's from? Cameron Blight?
Cameron Blight.
Yeah, I think I can hear what he's saying though. I think generally positive. I think generally, because he wasn't generally positive after the game last week against Scots, you may recall. Disappointed, furious.
Where do you think that started, the finger pointing? The Roman days?
Perumbly seconds. Yeah, I don't know. It's a gesture. It's a hand gesture. It's body language.
Yeah.
Is that what you're getting at?
I don't know. It's always been sort of an aggressive thing. Finger pointing.
You're not an aggressive person.
Oh, I hope not, Damien.
You've pointed the finger at me a couple of times.
Oh, several I have, mate. Good reason too.
Yes.
I did point the finger the other morning when the cat.
Don't point the finger.
When the
Don't
cat
point
was
the
in the
finger at
bathroom.
Dodgy. Don't point the finger. It's a beautiful setting here. Leafy.
Georgina, can you bring a pot of tea around? Damien and I are a little thirsty.
Biscuits.
Some of them Greek biscuits she cooks, mate, they're awesome.
Those biscuits.
Sorry, Dave. Don't sound like
I've never had
a
one
proper
of the-
pink eye.
I mean, I had 12 months with her son Christopher last year, and I've already done nearly 2 terms with her, and she's never
Nothing.
given no Greek
Nothing
biscuits.
at all.
No Greek biscuits. Not even a souvlaki.
She does souvlaki.
Does she? Has she made souvlaki for you?
No, she does this one.
Turtle recipe?
No, it's not a turtle recipe. It's a cake, and it's got honey. I think Cameron Blight could do with some right now.
He's very fired up.
Yeah, he's very animated.
He is the prince of three-quarter time addresses. He's the prince.
Can you see his vein in his neck? Like David Parkin. David Parkin used to do that.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
Hutchins is on a good thing with this man.
What about Huey Miller, the Agapantha killer?
Huey Miller, the Agapantha killer, it's his first time out of the state. Later on tonight, we're going out for a counter meal, and he said it's his first ever time for eating out, so it's a big day for him. If we can get a win for Huey Miller, this is a day he'll never forget.
And he didn't. We said he's going to have a palmy. He didn't know what a palmy was.
Did not know.
No.
But that's not a bad thing.
Oh, it's probably a good thing.
It's a good thing.
Righto. 1 quarter to go. 7:49 to the Hutchins Travelling Football Show. Yarra Glen, 5-2-32. I think we've got a game on our hands here, Damien.
We have. I love footy. Footy's back. Yeah, no, it's good vibes. It's possible that last week's loss could be a good thing for Hutchins, but we certainly have to go back home and start winning.
There we go.
We've got to win our home games.
We want a home final this
We
year.
need a home final.
There's no reason why we can't.
Imagine the spread we put on.
Elliot Bleethman would come straight over from
Spit
Melbourne.
roast? Spit?
Oh, we can have the spit roast.
Okay. Oh, good tackle. Is it just a little bit slow? That's the Jack Watts as well, that boy. There's 2 Jack Wattses.
Look at this. Who's out in front there? Oh,
Golding, of
Sophie
course,
Murray.
your favourite.
Oh, look at this.
Another tackle to Golding. Oh, Watts. The light bulb.
Out on that flank again.
Yeah, in front of the trees.
I didn't notice the trees.
Beautiful trees. It's not unlike Hutchins in the look of it from here. It's
Yeah,
not
so-
unlike. You don't get many grounds like Hutchins.
I
but
can't see the casino.
I feel a little bit at home. That's not a mountain.
And that scoreboard's not as good as ours.
Definitely not. It's older. Ours is better.
I'm only- What's their mascot? Like we get the lion roars when we get a goal.
Hey, little lion man.
What's their emblem out here? Looks like
The valleys. The valley of death. Half a league onward into the valley of death. Rode the 600.
I love it when you do poetry, don't you? Do you reckon you can do it in an Italian accent?
Bellissimo. Tackle.
Oh,
Good.
good.
Who was that? Is it Peyton? It is. It's the general.
He's a good player.
Yeah. Metres gained. Because look at the length of his kick.
That is a good kick.
It is, thank you. Mitch Rickard's probably a little bit 4 deep there. Maybe better to punch.
Let's look at their forward line.
That's how Stadler is solid. Stadler is solid. Do you like live streaming? Do you like live streaming?
I don't know. I've never done it before.
Well, you have today.
I have today.
So have you liked it? What about when Dodgy's cat live streaming?
Not happy. Not happy at
with
all.
that, no.
We've got a message here from Luke Murphy-Cohen.
Oh, good bloke. Geez, he was a good bloke. He's probably been our best full forward in the last 30 years.
And he was a damn fine captain.
Good bloke. Very committed. Very committed.
Good afternoon, Luke.
Good afternoon, Luke.
Remember that offer I made you at the beginning of the year? If you ever want to come over to Hobart Football Club, more than welcome.
I think that would be a mistake, Luke. Stay where you are, mate.
I can organise a contract for 6 frothy straight after the game.
Stay where you are, Luke. It's a mistake. Back to the footy.
Yeah.
Hutchins is shutting him down. Have you noticed that?
And now by comes, that'll be mine. Thanks, fellas.
Give it to me. Give it to me. Jason Berry. I'm backing out of here.
How's he going? Has he been out there yet?
Look, I think Hutchins have had better runners than Jason. Yeah, I haven't actually seen him since the first quarter. Reminded me of Adam Aitken last year. Not good.
Oh, poor Adam. He was good.
No, he wasn't. He was terrible.
Oh,
backside.
into their forward line again.
Backside. I bet that's Hodgman out there. He's always holding his positions. Very unselfish today, Hodgman. Very pleasing. Deserves a possession out of this, but didn't get it. Oh, dribbling.
Oh,
Dribble kick. That was touched. Surely that was touched.
yes.
Okay, so let's have a look. I want you to call the kick-outs. Okay?
Righto. Where are they moving for the huddle? You can see where Hamish Allen is. Are they around him? He's pointing. I don't think they should point because it makes it a bit obvious. Oh, what? That was a good hanger.
That boy's not sure which way he's going.
That.
He might have a bit of percussion. No,
It's
that
up
was a
higher
good
than
call.
Joe Cocker.
Oh, good one. That was a good one. He's going to have a look at him.
He is.
Hutchins boys have kicked the ball quite a long way at that end, I will say.
Yes.
This has got to be 50 metres, though.
That's a nice kick.
Yeah,
That's a nice
goal.
kick. It's a goal to the Yarra
Ball
boys.
is carrying down that end, Paul. I have been saying that to you for a while. Do you think I'm right?
Yes, it has. That's been the scoring end. We talked about that.
Yeah.
We still haven't found out
That must be
what,
where the river is.
we still haven't found out what the Yarra Glens are. What are they called? The Yarra
The
Yarra
valleys.
The
I think
valleys.
they're the valleys.
The mighty valleys.
Yeah, the Mighty Valleys. Give us a song.
About the
Red
valleys.
River Valley, 1960s.
Down in the valley.
Valleys.
Mick Thomas.
Yeah, I can't sing. so
Valleys.
I don't want that. I don't want that live streaming.
No.
I don't think we want that.
Oh, geez, that was unnecessary. Must be getting under their skin there, the general. It's a nice tap down to the wrong bloke.
Yeah, I think we
They're
could
still
make,
going for it.
we
there.
could make more out of our dominance with Hamish.
Oh, we could.
A few more set plays.
I mean, that'll
so
come.
we can get clear,
Oh, good work.
clear clearances, not scrambly ones like this. But we are mauling it our way. Look at Reeves.
Reese has been good.
Reeves. There's a little bit of cochin about him.
Harry, good
Ireland.
hands. Off to Cooper on his
Cooper
left.
On the left. And Ingram. That's a mark, ref. Come on, ref. I'm sorry. I don't want to upset any of the locals, but that was a mark in the goal square to Callum Ingram.
Do we
It
need to
wasn't
bring in
made.
video replays for marks?
No. No, we don't.
We don't?
No. I'd like to get a video of that mound because it's not a mountain, but no, not for marks.
Oh,
no.
good work, Harry Ireland.
We've got to hold this ball in. If we can hold this ball in, perhaps get a goal, then I think we're going to be hard to beat. And winning's important. Winning creates momentum, Paul. The winning feeling. And loving feeling as well. Jack Tilley's a natural footballer. I don't think he's had a lot of game time.
Oh,
in the
that was
second
good play.
half. Rickards.
Mitch Rickards kept the ball in there. His
Probably
forward line
due for,
pressure.
probably due for a haircut, along with Will Cooper, I reckon. That might be due for a haircut. Most of the other boys are, they've presented themselves really well with their hair. Not saying that Mitch and Will haven't presented well, but I just think there's some work to be done on their hair.
Ireland gets it down.
Ireland in the stream. Ireland under the mound.
Ireland in the valley.
Ireland in the valley. Matt Sayers would be loving all these geographical references. Good by Harry Ireland. Jack Tilley,
Tilley.
natural footballer.
Ingram's trying to bring it through
very,
like a try.
very, very pleased with the development of Callum Ingram as a footballer and as a person.
Oh, he's been good.
As a person
Yeah.
as well. Now he's coaching the under-15 Sandy Bay girls, and he's very, very committed to it. He's doing a great job, along with Hugh Jupp too. Good thing. People helping people, Paul.
It is. Football reflects life on many a times.
Is that right? It's almost
Many
poetic.
conversations
That's
with
poetic.
Chris Ray about this.
Yeah. Sport mirrors life. So how does wrestling mirror life for you?
Wrestling.
Yeah, are you a wrestling fan?
I love the wrestling, mate.
So who do you like?
Oh,
Still love Jimmy the Superfly Snooker?
he was all right.
Who's big on your wrestling radar?
Oh, I go back to the old days, mate.
Yeah.
Mario Milano,
Yeah,
and Spiros
Spiros
Arian.
Arian.
Yeah.
He was the one that could throw fire. What about George Guliavis and Brute Bernard?
The Brute was good. He used to have the chain matches, didn't he?
Yes, Cheney had foreign objects down his trunks.
Always had that foreign object.
Anyway, back to the footy.
Did you ever see that world title between Andre the Giant and
Too big.
Hulk Hogan?
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan, when Andre was
Tidy up.
hypnotised.
Hypnotised.
Here we go. Get it out.
Oh, open. But we got two on.
Oh,
Who
good
was that?
work.
Is that Suki?
No, that's Tane Suki, yep.
Yeah, the coffee man.
Coffee
the
man.
grinder.
The grinder.
A grinding tackle. And he
He's
switches
put
the
the ball out in
play.
front of Goward.
Goward's been
He's
good
a left
today.
footer.
Could have gone backwards there. He does to Evans, who very rarely makes a mistake. And
He's
he's
found someone,
his-
the general.
The general. Thank you, Paul. We're working well together now. Oh, look at the depth. See?
There's people there.
Leaders game.
Hodgman.
Oh, that kid's
Bad luck.
been good. That kid's been good.
He's been
Give
very
me
good.
one of the Hutchins ties after the game. Don't forget about that, please. A Hutchins tie.
We've got Hutchins. Can't we give him a bit of pizza or
We'll
something?
tie him up with one of our ties. Bit of pizza. It's their pizza. Oh, good. That's good footy. You know, you got to give credit where it's due.
man in
We've
front.
got a one-on-one contest at the top of the 50.
Look at this.
It's Zuki. Oh,
that's a good
brilliant
mark.
football by the young Jack Watts, the light bulb. Tane, I don't think you did a lot wrong there, mate. You just outplayed you. Beautiful body, beautiful hands.
He's still worried about that coffee this morning.
He is. This boy thinks he can kick it because the ball's been carrying further to that end, Paul.
It's a 10-point margin.
It's not.
Yes,
It
a
is.
10-point margin.
Oh, Hellkite.
10 minutes to go.
Hell hath no fury. Oh,
That's a nice kick. That's a very nice
ball's
kick.
travelling a long way to that end, Paul.
Yeah.
It's a 4-point margin.
There's something in that river down there that's just willing that ball through. So it's down to 4 points. The Hutchins Travelling Football Show, 7-7-49 to Yarra Valley, 7-3-45.
Take more shots. Hutchins,
more
the travellers. Is there a time clock? Can you see a time clock?
Yeah, it's over there. It's 10-15, 10-14. Oh, God, I can't tell.
Oh, 10 minutes to go for those people in Hobart. There's 10 minutes and 9
I want to get it
seconds
right.
to
I feel
go.
like Ted Bull when he's
Hopefully-
testing the oil out
Money on the fridge.
in the Kingswood.
Yeah,
Keeps getting dirty every time he puts it in there.
I feel a bit like that too. Good work by Harry Ireland. Hodgman
Hodgby,
has been
that's
good. Pleased with Hodgman. Oh, Tilly's
Tilly's
a
a good
natural
player.
footballer. Left footer. Oh,
Hamish.
a man mount. Oh, lucky that wasn't a cream cake. It'd be all over him. I think with a bit more play that Hamish will gobble those up. Though,
Oh, he will,
and,
mate.
and will convert. So we've got to give the big fella time. He's like a young colt, like Adrian Finch was when he was young.
A colt.
A colt.
Look at this.
Reeves has got a lot of cotchin about him, I
Off the
sense.
ground.
This is Rickards, an athlete. Oh, maybe tried to go one too far there.
A bit unlucky.
No.
Did the right thing.
I think it was good that he backed himself.
Yep. To the wing.
Contest of England.
Down. Smart.
That's not bad. That's not the worst kick in the world. Rickards makes
Rickards,
it.
come on.
What does the ref
You've got to
say?
reward him.
No, I don't think he had a chance to get rid of that, Paul, in the old parlance. No prior opportunity in the new.
He looked like he was going to put him in a suplex then.
Oh, Spiros Arion. Sleeper hold, perhaps. Anyway, back
Oh,
we go.
nice tap down. She's crowded in that forward line.
Chest mark. Need a chest mark.
Harry Ireland.
Oh,
Geez, that was good
I'd
work by that
almost
young
pay
guy.
that. I'd almost pay that to the Valiant.
That's it, Harry. That's it, team.
Zuki.
That's good work.
We set our back line up well here. The natural footballer. Not a bad left. Reeves. Oh, he's been... You know who he reminds me of?
Who?
Trent Cotchin. There you go. You see what I'm saying, Paul?
I can see what you're saying,
You're a
David.
Trent Cotchin fan, so obviously you don't want anyone to be likened to him, but,
He's playing
this
good.
is someone we both love.
He's a good player.
He's a very good player. He won't get the journey from there, though.
He's a bit far off
It's
it.
into the wind.
Oh,
Smart!
Smart's just
Nick
sitting there
Smart.
waiting for it.
He was just a common everyday street sweeper back in year 9, but look at him now. He's an international sailor, goes to Germany in a couple of months, and he's dominating on the football field for Hutchins. A great all-round. He's come from nowhere.
And an entrepreneur.
Is that right? Tell me more.
I don't believe it. He's telling everyone he's running banjos in Sandy Bay. Is that correct?
And he's banged that.
That's a goal.
Nick
He's pretty
Smart.
excited about it too.
Got a lot of time for that boy.
Good work.
And look at them get around him. There's obviously feeling for him. They know that he's put aside his sailing for a couple of months to play football for the Hutchins first 18. This
And
is
he's,
just a beautiful thing.
And Sandwich making duties for the afternoon at Banjos.
Is that right? Imagine the cost, opportunity cost though.
That's a good point, Damien.
I mean, the opportunity to play for the Hutchins first 18.
You can't put a price on that.
No, you can't buy what he's got. You can't buy what you've got.
What have I got?
You've just got that sort of banger sort of stuff.
Harry's back in the middle. No competition there in the middle. What's going on?
That was terrible. It looks like a young.
It's gone into their forward line again. That's 8 times this quarter it's gone into their forward line.
You've got a couple of classy players down there.
Yeah.
It's a 10-point lead, and it's 6 minutes. Those people back in Hobart on the edge of their seats.
How's the chill factor for you, Damien?
I feel fine.
I am getting a bit cold. Getting a bit cool.
You're not getting any younger, Paul.
Well, nobody is.
No, I feel fine here, sitting here. Green tea would be nice.
Why don't you just give me another swig on that Stone's green ginger? That'll warm out.
Ha ha. Oh. It's a goal.
It's a goal.
It's game on. It's game on. Rickard's having a rest. Charles is going on. Oh, look. You'd have to say, look.
6 minutes to go, 4 points.
Yeah. Either side deserves to win, I think, Paul.
Oh, I think so.
Yes. But I mean, we would prefer the win went south. It doesn't stay under the mound. Let's have a look at the way we set up here. We've got
Harry Island's back in the middle.
Island, Burrows, Cheng, Tilly, the natural footballer, and Peyton, the general. Yeah.
Where's Reeves at the moment?
Reeves resting forward.
Resting forward.
Yeah.
Let's just get
in Hutchins.
Oh, good work. He's been good, Ollie Burrows.
Yeah, we're going to need something. That's that boy again. There's a bit of Cyril Rioli about him. Jack Watts.
Good tackle. Well done, Eddie.
Oh, good tackle. He's put his whistle away. Tilly is a natural footballer.
Here comes Ollie.
Good, Crummett, Reeves, Crummett. Oh, Coward, good contest in the air, but they've run away from Hamish Allen there. The ergometer, but
he did not give up once then, Hamish Allen.
It would be better if that goes through. Ooh. If it makes the margin 5 points, it would have been better to go out of bounds, really. It would have benefited the Hutchins more to keep in their forward line, but we'll see what happens. Man on man.
How are they sitting?
It's a bit more man on man, this kick out.
Yeah.
And he's got a really good hold of that. That's gone to the wing. That's 60 metres.
Jubby's underneath it.
Tilly, natural footballer.
Here's Golding.
Will Golding, probably unlucky. Gowd was just ran under the ball a little bit. That happens at a young age. Oh, beautiful.
That's football, Damien.
Beautiful. Beautiful, Paul. These guys are kicking it well. It's going further to that end. That must be where the river is.
Something in the river.
Something in the way she moves. Oh, that's good football. That's good football.
Good work.
Oh, Tommy Reeves. He's a natural leader, you know. He's picked up that we won midfielder short. Look at that. He's only in year 11. Can't buy what he's got, Paul. Natural leadership.
What's Berry doing?
Jason Berry's about to go on the ground, actually. If the cameraman, if you can just zero in on that runner there, the one just in front of you, because he hasn't done anything for us all day, and he doesn't even know how to run a message. He's very confused, and he's confusing. I think he has to have a look at himself. Just because he's organised live streaming doesn't mean he can do everything. Bring Finch back.
Saying that all day.
You have. Oh, hang on. What was that all about? Throw in. Boundary comes in a bit over there.
It is. It's very deceptive over there, isn't it? I think it's shorter on that side.
That's what Warwick said. Warwick got his, one of those things that Pythagoras used to use.
Slide rule.
That's something like that, and he said it was shorter over there. He carries one with him. Reeves.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, Tilly's. That's the play of the day. Look at
Jubby.
Oh, he's going too fast. Hamish Allen below his knees. Oh, this is
the
play of the day.
Cooper.
That
disappointing.
Great tackle. You've got to give credit where it's due, but it was the play of the day, unfolding in front of our eyes here at the Yarra Valley underneath the mound. It's a big boy down here in front of us. Fine cut of a lad. Contest from
Kane Suki.
Staggering. Hooker might have hurt himself. He's probably lucky to get away with that. So Hutchins need to organise the structure behind the ball here to make sure that they don't get the ball out into space.
Harry Island's big thump. That's
That
all right.
That was worth a kick. Paul.
Yep. And it stayed in our forward line.
So for those at home, 2 minutes. 2 minutes on the dot to play.
Island's in the ruck.
Island's in the stream. Oh, that's the young Jack Watts.
Mac.
Mac Evans in the perfect
Oh!
position.
I thought we were going to see that bicycle kick once again.
Oh, they're out. They're out. We need a mark. Connie's
Connie out.
always there.
One back there, Plunk.
We do well.
Good work.
Now that we can reassess.
Down to a minute and a half. 4 points.
How's our fitness?
Oh, our fitness is
Are we
good.
able to get numbers for the contest?
I'm just glad they're not running around like our
Numbers
runners.
are good. Numbers are good. Mac Evans there. Look at Mitch Rickard's taking a bit of leadership. He's just dropping himself in the hole behind the ball. He's gone from the forward pocket to centre half back.
Good
Off his
fit.
own back. Pretty sure that the runner didn't tell him because the runner doesn't go on the field.
Harry Island's back in the ruck. It's a good leap over the top of the Yarra Valley man. We're down under a minute.
Under a minute. Probably need another man behind the ball, I reckon. There's absolutely
Coach
no
Blythe
point.
is sending Hamish Allen
look
to
at
the other end.
Look at him sprinting from one end of the ground to the other. It's a beautiful thing. No. Oh, good bounce for Hutchins, I think.
Yep.
There.
Timely.
Yeah, we need someone in the hole in front of their full forward because
Well,
there is still time. There's
Hamish is
still time,
up there.
Paul. Banger, there's still time.
It's time?
20 seconds, 28, 27.
Oh, what's going on there? A bit of time wasted
There's no
there.
time on in Yarra Valley.
Unheard of.
Unheard of.
Just got the tap down there. Just going to take one kick.
Who got that tackle? I think it was Burrows Chang, the man mountain,
Ah,
underneath the mound.
good
Ooh,
work. Oh,
yeah,
I don't know if that was
not
good.
great work. Oh, he's missed it.
Good
So
point.
that's a
game.
shot for goal with 4 seconds to go. There's your siren. Hutchins win by 4 points in a terrific game, beautifully hosted by Yarra Valley.
5
Grammar
points, I
School.
think, Damien.
Or perhaps 4. I don't think they put up that last point.
Good point, Damien.
Thank
Good
you.
point.
Thank you very much, Paul.
And that's pretty much it for the
That's
day.
pretty much it. You're off to the Elephant and Wheelbarrow.
No,
What are you going to do tonight?
tonight
Yes.
I brought my hooks up, so I'll be doing some crocheting.
Is that right?
Yes. And,
What are you making?
one of those nana blankets. The squares.
Another one? How many of those can you have? Is this going to be the?
People are always asking for it.
Is this the pale blue one?
Yeah. Blue.
okay.
Same colour as my safari suit.
Oh, I lent that off you once. Thank you. Actually, I might still have it.
I think you might have it, actually.
I'll get it back to you.
Yeah.
Didn't do me any good.
No, I let my lime green one out. It hasn't come back either.
Dodgy?
Dodgy, yeah.
He wouldn't fit. It wouldn't fit him.
What's going on there?
Anyway, I think it's maybe time for us to say farewell on a triumphant note. Hutchins winning against Yarra Valley, the Valleys, the Valley of Love. It's Paul Banks, it's Damien Green signing off for the Hutchins Travelling Football Show. Or what are we called?
Hutchins Travelling Football Show. Can we just do this?
Yes.
Must we leave all our good friends now, Cisco?
Only until next time, Pancho.
Ah!
Adios, amigos. Bye-bye. See ya.